Aquarius, you need to hear this. From June 1st to June 7th, something big is happening around you and within you. You might think it's just another week. You might brush off the strange energy in the air. But deep down, your soul already knows. This is not normal. This is a spiritual test. The universe is watching you closely right now, not to judge you, but to awaken you, to see how you respond when you're under energetic pressure, when old patterns rise up, when doubt creeps in, when things get quiet, or loud, or confusing. This is not a punishment. This is a divine checkpoint. It's your moment of truth. Because Aquarius, you've been asking for change. You've been praying for clarity. You've been manifesting something bigger, better, freer. But the truth is, you can't walk into the next chapter of your life holding on to the energy of the last one. You can't unlock divine favor without proving you're ready to align with divine timing. You can't claim your power if you're still avoiding your purpose. So the universe is asking you one question. Are you ready to evolve? Because if the answer is yes, if you face this test head on, you activate your spiritual gifts. You begin attracting the right people, places, and abundance. You step into your next level with peace and confidence. But if you ignore the signs, if you resist the shift, if you cling to what's familiar but no longer aligned, the universe will delay the blessing. The doors that should open will remain shut. You'll feel stuck in the same emotional and energetic loops. Again, this week is about proving your readiness. It's about showing the universe that you're listening, that you're awake, that your soul is no longer asleep behind a mask of logic and detachment. And that's why we're here. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 3 undeniable signs that prove you're being watched by the universe between June 1st and June 7th. These signs will help you recognize the test, understand the lessons, and most importantly, pass this test with power. Because Aquarius, this is more than just astrology. This is your destiny timeline shifting. And if you listen closely, you'll realize that the universe isn't against you. It's rooting for you, waiting for you, watching you, with love, with purpose, and with divine timing. Let's begin. Aquarius. This first week of June isn't like the others. It's not just another calendar flip. It's not just new month energy. This is an energetic climax, a cosmic turning point that has been building for weeks, maybe even lifetimes, and it's targeting you directly. Why? Because the universe knows you're ready for the next level. But first, it needs to test your foundation. The last moon portal in May has officially closed. It didn't just end a cycle, it sealed a door. And now, between June 1st and June 7th, you're standing at a spiritual gate, one that can only be opened by your energetic readiness. Meanwhile, Pluto, the planet of transformation and shadow, is retrograding in your sign. And that's no small deal. This retrograde isn't here to play. It's here to dig up every fear, every unresolved wound, and every part of you that's still hiding from your power. You may be feeling restless, like something's coming, but you can't explain what emotionally charged, even though nothing's wrong, drawn to deep reflection, solitude, or even spiritual messages out of nowhere. That's not anxiety, that's spiritual pressure. The universe is squeezing your soul to release what no longer serves your evolution. This week, you may feel like you're being watched, and you are, but not by people, by energy. The universe is observing you in silence, watching how you respond to triggers, watching how you act when nobody's applauding, watching what you do when you say you want change, but are tested to prove it. Think back over the last few days. Have you been waking up at strange times? Seeing repeating numbers like 111, 222, or 717? Feeling like every conversation is strangely on point or reflective? These aren't coincidences. They're cosmic codes, proof that you've entered the spiritual spotlight. Here's what most people don't realize. Every major shift in life is preceded by a test, not a punishment, a preparation, and that's exactly what's happening between June 1st and June 7th. Aquarius, you're an air sign ruled by intellect and innovation, but this test, it's not mental, it's spiritual, it's emotional, it's soul deep. This week is designed to break your patterns, to shake loose the fears you've normalized, to remind you that you're not just a mind, you're a mission. And the outcome of this test, ascension or stagnation, spiritual alignment or delay, divine timing or karmic repetition. The choice is yours. So don't ignore the energy this week. Don't numb it. Don't overthink it. Feel it, face it, and rise through it. Because this is not a coincidence. This is your cosmic checkpoint. And the universe is watching to see if you're ready to walk through. Aquarius. Let's talk about the first sign the universe is watching you. It's subtle, it's emotional, and it's showing up in the most unexpected way. You're being surrounded by spiritual mirrors. What does that mean? It means the people around you, the situations you're in, they're not just happening to you, they're reflecting you. This week, from June 1st to 7th, the universe is intentionally sending people into your life to show you the parts of yourself you haven't fully seen. Sometimes it's beautiful, like someone saying the exact thing your soul needed to hear, or a stranger validating your truth out of nowhere. But most of the time, it's uncomfortable. You might feel rejected by someone you thought supported you, get triggered by a small comment that hits a deep nerve, find yourself repeating an old emotional pattern you thought you healed. These are not setbacks. These are not punishments. These are mirrors, spiritual tools sent by the universe to test your awareness. Because Aquarius, awareness is power, but only if you're willing to look in the mirror and not flinch. Here's the thing. You may feel like people are pushing your buttons right now, that someone close to you is suddenly distant, cold, or hurtful, that the world just doesn't get you. But the truth is, they're showing you where your soul is still healing. That partner who triggered your insecurity? Mirror. That friend who made you feel unseen? Mirror. That situation that exposed your fear of failure? Mirror. Every trigger is an invitation to rise above the ego, an invitation to respond with wisdom, an invitation to heal what's been hiding inside. This is the real test. Will you defend your ego or protect your evolution? Because the easy reaction is to get defensive, to pull away, to blame. But the higher path, it's to pause, reflect, and ask, what part of me is this showing me? What healing is being activated through this discomfort? What would my highest self do right now? Don't run from the mirror, Aquarius, because the reflection you fear is actually the key to your freedom. And once you stop reacting and start observing, the test begins to shift. The energy lightens, the clarity comes rushing in. This is where your soul upgrades, not when life is smooth, but when you learn to stay aligned, even when it's hard. So when that trigger hits this week, don't say, "Why me?" Say, "Thank you for the mirror," and rise. Because this is not just a test of reaction, it's a test of your spiritual maturity. And if you pass it, the universe will open doors you didn't even know existed. Aquarius. Here's the second undeniable sign that you're being watched by the universe. You're seeing repeated signs, numbers, and synchronicities. Maybe it's 11:11 on the clock, or 222 on a license plate, or 717 on a receipt, or the same animal crossing your path day after day. These are not coincidences, these are divine codes. They are cosmic whispers from your higher path, and they are becoming loud right now for a reason. You're being nudged, awakened, redirected, because between June 1st and June 7th, you've entered a karmic checkpoint, and the universe is dropping breadcrumbs, not to confuse you, but to guide you. Let's break it down. Seeing 11:11, that's a portal, a call to realign. Seeing 222, time to trust the divine plan and stop forcing outcomes. Seeing 717, you're on the edge of a powerful spiritual breakthrough. Having repeating dreams or déjà vu, Your soul is trying to communicate what your mind can't yet explain. You might even be visited by the same animal repeatedly: an owl for wisdom, a butterfly for transformation, a hawk for higher vision. None of it is random. It's all part of your spiritual test. Aquarius, here's the key. You are incredibly logical, an air sign that thrives in the realm of thought, patterns, and understanding. But this week, your mind won't be enough. Logic will feel heavy. Intuition will feel like a lifeline. The universe is asking you to feel, not just think, to listen without explanation, to trust without evidence. That's the test. So when you see the signs, when the numbers appear, or the animal returns, or the dream repeats, don't brush it off. Instead, pause and do this. Write it down. Every sign, every dream, every number. Create a sacred record of communication. Sit in silence for 5 minutes. No distractions, no scrolling, just stillness. Let your higher self speak. Then ask out loud, what do you want me to know? It might not come instantly, but your soul will begin to decode the message. Because these are not just numbers. They are cosmic instructions written in divine ink. And if you ignore them, you risk walking right past the opportunity you've been asking for. The door may close, the clarity may fade, but if you honor them, if you listen, reflect, and trust, you align with the path the universe has carved specifically for you. You'll start noticing faster manifestations, clearer decisions, and inner peace returning. Aquarius, this is your moment to trade logic for trust, to accept the guidance coming in mysterious, magical, even bizarre ways, because the universe is speaking. And these codes are your invitation to rise. The third sign you're being spiritually tested, Aquarius, is hitting you deep, right in your emotional core. From June 1st to June 7th, you may feel like your emotions are boiling just beneath the surface. You might be snapping over things that never bothered you before. You might feel like crying for no reason, or completely shutting down to avoid feeling anything at all. This sudden emotional intensity is not weakness. It's not a breakdown. It's spiritual fire. The universe is refining you. It's burning away the false, the old, and the unhealed. And right now, your emotions are the fuel for your evolution. You might feel easily irritated by people's energy, sensitive to tone, words, or even silence, like you're being pushed to your absolute limit. This is not random. You're being placed in emotional scenarios that force your inner truth to rise. You can't suppress it anymore. You can't numb it with logic, distance, or distraction. And for someone like you, Aquarius, an air sign known for your cool head, sharp mind, and emotional detachment, this is the real test. The universe wants to know, can you stay grounded when your feelings erupt like a storm? Can you remain aligned when everything inside you wants to react, defend, run, or shut down? Because the old you might have disconnected. The old you might have said, I don't care. The old you might have buried it under logic. But this week, the universe won't let that fly. You're being tested in the fire of emotion to reveal your spiritual maturity. You're being asked to hold space for your feelings without becoming a victim of them. You're being challenged to lead yourself with grace, even when you feel like crumbling. So what can you do? Pause before reacting. Give yourself 5 seconds, a breath, a beat, a moment of self-control. Speak truth with kindness. Don't bottle it in, but don't explode either. Let your words reflect your soul, not your wounds. Don't escape, breathe through it. Whether it's journaling, movement, or stillness, feel the emotion fully, without judgment. Because how you handle emotional pressure determines what happens next. If you run, the cycle repeats. If you react from ego, the blessing delays. But if you breathe, observe, and respond with emotional intelligence, rainbow doors open, rainbow energy clears, the next phase of your destiny begins. Aquarius, this week is not about proving how smart you are, it's about showing how spiritually mature you've become. So when emotions rise, don't fear them. Let them burn away the old. Let them birth the new you. This is your emotional ascension, and how you move through it determines everything. Aquarius, let's talk about the consequences of ignoring this test between June 1st and June 7th. This is not to scare you. This is to awaken you, because the universe doesn't punish, it teaches. And when you don't learn the lesson, you get sent back to repeat it, over and over. So here's what happens if you fail this test. You ignore the signs. You react from ego instead of awareness. You retreat into old emotional patterns. You numb, detach, overthink, and avoid the truth trying to surface within you. When that happens, the divine upgrade that's waiting for you, it delays, it pauses, it waits until you're ready. Let's be honest. How many times have you said, "I feel stuck. I don't know why the same people keep hurting me. I'm tired of this same cycle." Those aren't random frustrations. Those are signs you've been looping through unpassed tests. And here's the danger. If you ignore this current test, the universe won't open the next portal. Your timeline doesn't move forward. It freezes, not forever, but long enough to make it feel like nothing is changing. Your financial flow begins to dry up. You work harder, but the results don't match the effort. Your relationships recycle the same arguments, the same imbalances. It feels like no one understands you, or worse, you stop trying. Your energy becomes heavy. Waking up feels harder. Ideas feel cloudy. You start doubting your purpose. And the worst part? The next energetic doorway for your soul growth may not open again until late 2026. Let that sink in. That doesn't mean you'll be cursed or doomed, but it does mean you'll feel disconnected from your higher path for a long stretch of time. Like you're living in a fog, just going through the motions. Aquarius, time is sacred. Your growth is precious. And right now, the universe is handing you a golden opportunity to accelerate your destiny, but only if you're willing to do the inner work. This isn't about perfection. It's about participation. Show up for yourself. Listen to the signs. Break the old cycles with conscious action. Because if you don't, you're not just delaying results, you're delaying alignment. And the longer you stay misaligned, the louder the universe has to shake your world to wake you up again. So take this moment seriously, not from fear, but from faith. You're not here to stay stuck. You're here to evolve, and if you're ready to rise, you still have time to pass this test. Aquarius. Now let's talk about what happens when you pass this test between June 1st and June 7th. Let's talk about what unfolds when you choose alignment over reaction. When you face your triggers with grace, when you listen to the signs, when you trust the emotional storms are not here to break you, but to rebirth you, everything changes. Your next soul level unlocks, and suddenly the confusion that's been clouding your mind dissolves. You begin to see clearly, not just with your eyes, but with your spirit. People aligned with your purpose begin to show up. Not just friends or acquaintances, but divine connections. Mentors, collaborators, soul tribe, those who understand your energy without needing explanation. New opportunities start flowing in. Unexpected money. Creative breakthroughs. Travel invites business ideas. A deeper spiritual path that just clicks. This isn't just luck. This is the reward of alignment. Because when you pass a spiritual test, the universe responds immediately. It opens doors you never could have forced open through logic, effort, or control. And more importantly, you begin to feel something you can't fake, calm in chaos. You stop reacting to life and start creating it from within. Clarity about your decisions. You don't ask the world what to do, you feel it in your body, in your gut, in your soul. Alignment with your path. Things feel synchronistic, guided, like you're finally walking where you're meant to. Energetic protection and spiritual power. Your aura strengthens, your intuition sharpens, and people begin to notice a new frequency around you. This, Aquarius, is your initiation moment. It's not the end of your journey, it's the beginning of your rise. because passing this test tells the universe, I'm ready for my next level. I trust myself. I no longer react. I respond. I no longer escape. I elevate. And once you show that, the universe responds with abundance, peace, and purpose. Aquarius, your life can pivot in ways you can't imagine just by passing this one test. And here's the most beautiful part. The universe isn't watching you to punish you. It's not trying to catch you failing. It's not testing you out of cruelty. It's testing you to graduate you, to promote you, to move you forward into everything you've been calling in with your thoughts, prayers, and dreams. So don't hold back. This is your chance to evolve, to prove that the old cycles are done, to rise into your divine timing with power, clarity, and confidence. Pass this test, and your new life begins, Aquarius. You've just received a spiritual transmission. Now it's time to act. Anchor it. Align. First, subscribe and turn on the bell. This isn't the end of your journey. June is filled with more energetic waves, divine tests, and soul-altering portals. And I promise you, I will be here to guide you through every single one. So don't miss what's coming next. Hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and lock yourself into this frequency of spiritual growth, clarity, and alignment. You're not meant to walk this path alone. You're meant to walk it awakened. Second, it's time to speak. Let the universe hear your soul. Comment below 11 times. I am seen by the universe. I choose alignment. Say it out loud. Write it with intention. Don't just watch this video. Engage with it spiritually. Every time you type it, your subconscious hears it. Every time you declare it, your frequency shifts. Every time you repeat it, you're pulling your destiny closer. Remember, words are spells. Let this be your sacred mantra today. Third, share this video. Someone you love might be going through this same spiritual test, and they have no idea. They're being triggered. They're feeling stuck. They're ignoring the signs and walking straight toward delay. You can be their mirror, their wake-up call, their guide. Share this video in a text, a DM, or post it to your story. Be the light that helps someone else pass their test. Because when you help another soul rise, you rise too. And finally, go watch this next video. Aquarius, 5 millionaire numbers for June. Decode them before June 7th. Because once you pass this spiritual test, the abundance starts to flow. The signs become clearer, the wealth codes activate. That video will help you understand the next phase, the material blessings that come after your energetic upgrade. So don't stop here. Keep rising. Aquarius, you are seen. You are guided. You are being prepared for something extraordinary. But you must participate in your own awakening. And this moment, right here, right now, is your soul saying, yes, I'm ready. Now go speak it, type it, own it. I am seen by the universe. I choose alignment. Let's flood the comments with that energy. Let's send a wave of aligned intention into the algorithm, into the collective, and into the spiritual atmosphere. You are being watched, Aquarius, not for punishment, but for promotion. I'll see you in the next video. Your new timeline awaits.